Welcome back to E-Magazine. Now, if you're just joining us today, we are looking at new voices in the Kenyan art space, and we're looking at specifically at pop art. And with me in studio today is Meshach Okeyo, who's a pop artist himself. Now, Meshach, before we took the show commercial break, we obviously got to explore more about pop art. And, you know, you mentioned that there are some artists trying it out in Kenya.
Yes.
And of course, pop art is something that's very, more or less being done more in countries like in European countries, in the States.
Yeah,
it's like a movement, a big movement over there.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like Kenyan pop art at some point will move into the international space?
Yes, of course, it will.
And what are some of the things pop artists like you are doing in order for that to happen?
We are trying to push it as much as we can through the work we do. Yeah, through like kicking off these dinosaurs or these blocks in front of us. Yeah,
Very
to get
true.
on the other side, because the art hustle is a struggle.
I can
It's
imagine.
Not something
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, having been in that space for 1 year professionally, what are some of the business opportunities you've come across with your work?
Okay, majorly advertising. Yeah.
And what kind of things are they looking for in advertising?
That's about the company. It's about the brand, about the brand culture. Yeah.
So they're looking for a specific, like for example, when a brand approaches you, what kind of drawings are they looking at? Or they're trying to tell a story through an advert or something of the sort?
Okay, I'd say it's about understanding the brand first. Yeah. So if like they approach me, I'd really love to first understand their vision, their mission, and the message they're trying to spread, including their colors and everything.
Okay.
Then I incorporate that into my art, because it's now easier, because I understand what I'm creating in order to blend in with such a company or such a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, would you say there's a market for the kind of work you do?
There is a market. There is a big market. People need to do this.
They need to start doing it and exploring that space.
Yeah, we need more pop artists in Kenya,
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Now, lastly, I just want to talk about, there are many, looking at graffiti artists, for example, they've moved into a space where they're making money from doing graffiti for my tattoos. Now, do you see that as a space that pop artists like you can make money from?
Yeah, there is a really big space. We can do tattoo, we can do comic art, cartoons on magazines, advertisements. There's really a wide market.
Okay.
Just therefore.
So you'd encourage those pop artists out there to
yes,
just try it out?
People should do this.
Okay, great. Now, I want to move right into looking a bit at your work.
Yes.
And we talk about it. You explain to me what the idea was behind it. And yeah, basically, for example, what was going through your mind with this art? I like it. It's my favorite.
Thank you. This art was about immersion. It was about immersing into what you love.
Okay.
What you desire to do. Like, for example, we can see this.
I can see him sweating blood.
Yeah, no, okay, this is a
the
pen.
ink.
This is a pen.
Okay.
He's got two of them. The blue one, because the writings are in blue, and the red.
Okay.
So in this art, it's like the mouse is inside a room, and it's like there are things getting into the room. Like we can see some liquid. Sorry.
It's okay.
Some liquid dashing inside the room. We can see the pen dripping, and we can also see some smoke. But he looks unconcerned because he's so immersed into his process.
And this is what you do when you're doing your work as well?
Yes.
I feel like you maybe picture yourself in this image.
You have to put yourself inside that unimaginative world and bring it out to life.
You definitely achieved it in that. Now, what about this next one?
All right. This is called Letters, and it's about communication, because letter writing has been a long, it has come a long way as a way of communication from the past, but now we use texting, which is more or less like letter, because it's easier to express yourself through letters, because unaandika tu, you just write down. And, yeah, so it was
for text. Now we can move on to the next one. This one is very interesting. I'm wondering, are this priests or?
Yeah. For this, I did it for some Rwandese artists.
Okay.
It's called Patrick Nyamichaba for his song Inyagamo. Yeah, so we had this talk with him, and he was like, we can create something together. So I created this.
So what message was he trying to portray through your work?
It was about a journey.
Okay.
Yeah, some dark journey, you know, what has happened in Rwanda
This
and everything.
definitely looks like a dark journey.
Yeah.
You definitely achieved that one as well. Then there's this one. I'm interested to know what this is all about.
This one is called The Last Gamble. It's about like being a risk taker or being the smooth talker, like being the humble guy who.
Okay, so
is
these are
not
the
into
cards.
yeah, these two are playing cards, and as we can see, the blue guy has like these bodyguards. Yet the red guy with some scar on his back has only one bodyguard. Yeah, so it's like, and he's also like hiding a card, and the bodyguard is like stepping on it. So
this sounds like some better way stuff. And I think this is lastly the last one.
This is called Whoop-de-doo. It was for an ad concept. Okay. Yeah, it was about just some social excitement. Here you can see someone falling inside the pool. You can see the others laughing at him.
You see the ladies in their bikini. Yeah. That's hilarious. I like that. And it's just a Kenyan flag right
Kenyan
there.
Flag. Yeah, just
so how long does it take you to do such a piece?
Okay, well, it depends. It depends with the.
Take for example this one.
This one took me like 3 days.
3 days to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Because you know, as I draw the more I create it, the more the ideas come in. Yeah, because for this I started with this guy, then all the others came by.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely amazing talent. Thank you. That's all we had. This amazing work right then. I sure do hope I'm going to see more of it. Thank you once again, Meshach, for allowing some of us who had no idea what pop art is and got to understand more about it, which I do hope our viewers did as well. Now we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we have a few art tips for you, so do not go anywhere. You're watching eMagazine.